go. This is 2,480 points of Beastclaw Raiders. So what have I got? Well, I've got an Earlbad with 3 units of Mournfangs as required. Each unit has a banner, apart from this one, a Hornblower, and of course a Skalk with an Ironlock pistol. And requirements for the Earlbad is also a Huskard on Stonehorn, which you see there with the Vulture, and of course a pair of Beastclaw Raiders on a Stonehorn. And we've also got a Huskard on Thundertusk, and we've got 2 Gutbuster Butchers as allies. So command traits, this guy is going to be my Warlord, my General, and he has the Everwinter's Master, so he can re-roll the Everwinter table. Both of them have Blood Vultures, as you see, and these 2 guys are going to have artifacts. The Thundertusk will have the Mammoth Plate, so he gets to re-roll saves with no rend, and this guy has the Pelt of Changar, so he's going to get some wounds back every turn, and that is 2,480 points. I'm going to get a roll on the triumph table due to being a couple of points under Lucy. Okay, here we go. This is 2,500 points of Lucy Sylvaneth. It's the first time using them. You're probably going to pronounce stuff wrong, but we'll try our best not to. So she's running a Gnarl route, which requires a household, but the household has to have a Tree Lord Ancient instead of a Tree Lord. So this is the household. So we've got what?
10 Tree Revenants.
With the banner and the pipes.
Yep, and the Tree Lord and the Branch Witch.
Which is that one there.
Yes.
Yeah, and what's the Tree Lord got?
The Tree Lord has got the artifact Branch Sheath.
Briar Sheath.
Yep, that's the one, and that's enemies are -1 to hit.
And what spells he got?
Because I've got the Gnarl route, I've got everything that can cast in my army can cast 2 spells. So I'll give him the Reaping.
Yep, which is handy because you can't retreat from it.
No.
So obviously the more damage you do with that, the better. And then if he stomps and then you're -2 to hit, he's probably going to stay where he is.
Yep.
So, and then we've got the Branch Witch down here.
Yes, and she is going to have from the Deep Wood Dwellers Below.
Yep.
Below, and our own, as well as Mystic Shield and Arcane Bone, and she can again cast 2.
Yep, and everyone in the Gnarl route also gets, what's it called?
Verdus Harmony.
Verdus Harmony, so they can replenish models in the Dryads, Tree Revenants, or of course the Hunters. So you've got 2 times 30 Dryads.
I do, that's a lot of models.
Yep, you've got 3 Colonel Hunters with bows.
Yes.
Not as popular as they were, but you like them.
I do, yes.
You've got Durthu.
I do, and in a practice game, he was a big
You rolled badly, that was all. We've got Branch Wraith, just because why not?
Yep.
What spells does the Branch Wraith have?
She has got Tree Song.
Just because you might as well give somebody a different spell.
Yes, so Tree Song is I can activate Wildwoods roused by magic.
Yep.
And moving on, my General.
Which is this Tree Lord Ancient here.
Yes, he has got lots and lots of... Because I've got a normal artifact for just having an artifact, I've got 2 battalions, so I get 2 more.
Yep, so he has...
He has my command ability first. Heed of the Spirit Song. Reroll saves of a 1 for him and units within 10 inches.
Which is handy if you get these in cover, and they're +1 because they're more than 12. And then Mystic Shield. So yeah, it's going to be handy. So that's his normal command ability.
Yeah, his command trait, I can't remember the name, but it's -1. He ignores -1 rend.
Yeah.
Artifact, he's got Oaken Armour, so it's +1 to his save.
Does that give him a 2+ now?
Possibly, yes.
And then re-rolling 1s. And he ignores -1 rend. So he's not going anywhere fast, is he?
No. Spells, he's got Regrowth.
Yep.
Verdus Harmony, his own, which is Awakening the Woods.
And then of course Mr. Shield and Arcane Ball.
Yes.
We've then got the Branch Witch, which is on top of this custom Balewind Vortex.
Yes.
So 100 points for the Balewind Vortex, of course.
Yes.
And the Branch
She has got the artifact
Ranu's Lamentary.
Yes, which is +1 to cast spells, or if it's from the Deep Wood spells, it's +2.
Which will be +3 if you're on the Balewind.
Yeah, and she has, I've given her another regrowth. I know you can only cast it once, but it doesn't hurt having 2.
So she's going to be your main caster followed by him.
Yes, and obviously she has her own spell as well.
And that's a lot of spells. You've got 9 different spells here, and you can cast 10.
Yeah.
So
going from not one casting at all for over a year when they stormcast to all of this, it's yeah.
There's a lot of models. I don't like the fact that there's 3 tree lords, and I don't like the fact that there's 60 wounds here. That's a lot for me to chomp through. Right guys, welcome back after deployment, and we are near the village of Dungannon. The villagers have heard rumours of ogres coming down from the mountains and terrifying them, and luckily the few bits of plant life that were here over the summer months have sprouted into an entire Sylvaneth force. And of course the frozen ground is no longer frozen. There is grass, there is foliage sprouting up everywhere, and frost sabres have been going missing. The hunters have reported this back to the forces of the Beastclaw Raiders. So Crass Cold Shoulder of the Frozen Claw tribe has rallied his men, and he has ordered them to rise down into the village and destroy this meat and tear it limb from branch once and for all. So today's mission is Starstrike. Perhaps these are fallen goods from the skies, perhaps they are frost sabres that have fell after the tree lords have sent them flying in the air, who knows. But it is Starstrike, so at the start of battle round 2 we get 1 objective along this line, and then round 3 we get 1 on the 2 opposite sides. Now Lucy won the roll off.
She did.
So she chose this side, now deployed first, but she has 2 drops, I have 4. So of course she elected to go first, but what have I got? I've got the Huskard on Tusk, Mournfangs and Stonehorn. I've got both Butchers conveniently hiding. I waited until Lucy set up before I put them down. We've got Crass himself flanked by 2 units of Mournfangs. Meanwhile down here, Lucy's got one of the Branch Witches. This is the one that is in the household down here, with a unit of Dryads and the Tree Lord Ancient that is not from the household. We've got the Hunters, we've got the Branch Wraith over here, the Branch Witch, which is not in the household because she's going to be going up on the Balewind Vortex when Lucy summons it. This Tree Lord Ancient is the one from the household, and it is of course Lucy's general. We've got Durthu and the unit of Tree Revenants here, and you've got the other 30 Dryads. Well, who knows where they are. Of course, before Lucy chose sides, she did place 2 Citadel Woods as the first Sylvaneth Wildwood. She's got 1 more wood available, and there's a nice space for it just here, which I think she's probably going to summon up. So, without further ado, let's move into Lucy's first turn and see what the Sylvaneth are made of. Okay, so the Tree Lord Ancient has used his command ability, allowing everybody within 10 to re-roll 1s. Interestingly enough, once per saves, if he pushes forward Lucy, these kind of hunters act as a bit of an anchor, so anything within 8 inches of them also benefit from the command ability.
Yes, it doesn't matter where on the board, either the general or these always classed as being within his range and a bubble of 8 inches around him. Which
is really good if you want to split your army in 2.
Yes.
So the other thing that happened, this guy tried to pop up a Sylvaneth Wildwood but failed, but the non-general managed to get 1 here. So beyond that, nothing else has happened. Lucy's gonna start
trying to cast my custom made by the lovely Harry Vortex.
So it is custom value 7.
But I'm a +1 because of the Branch Witches artifact. I've got
Ranu's Lamentary.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Needing a 6. She only gets a 4, which counts as a 5, so it doesn't go off. But she has got other spells that she can cast. So let's have a look at them and see what else she's going to do. So no other spells available for Lucy, because everything else was either damaging or doing something to enemies or anything. So all she managed to do was she managed to Mystic Shield these Dryads with the branch witch from down here because she only needed a 5 to do it and you roll a 10. She also needed a 7. She decided to tree song the wildwood at this side, and she did get it off with the branch wraith who was hiding here, and you rolled an almighty 2 inches to move.
I did, double 1.
So she's pulled them closer to this one so that there's less of a gap for me to get through. She's praying that I'll at least lose some models when I run through the forest, aren't you?
You have got big models, so the smaller the gap, the better for me.
Even just 1 or 2 ones, and it's going to hurt me, isn't it? She also used the Waypipes ability from the Tree Revenants to basically pull off from where they were and redeploy within 3 inches of a wildwood, so they are entirely within there for the +1. The Dryads did run, they're not all on the terrain, but they are all within 3, so their entrapment and the -1 to hit them is all going to help. They're still within 10 inches of this Tree Lord, so they've got a 3 up save currently because it's a 5 up, 4 up for having 12 models, 3 up for Mystic Shield, and re-rolling 1s.
And the other branch witch jumped up on the chimney.
Yep, so she's got a nice viewpoint to start casting spells from as well. We've got 3 lots of shooting though. We've got the Kernoth Hunters, we've got both Tree Lord Ancients. Derthu at this side would have been out of range 15. Wouldn't have been enough to get him to that Thunder Tusk, unfortunately. So he has ran, so he's within 3 inches of the Wildwood to help him out in later turns and help Lucy's manoeuvrability if she needs to jump, because the Tree Lords can just move freely between them.
Yep.
So let's have a look and see what Lucy is going to be shooting at first. So a slight amendment to movement. Lucy has decided to push the Hunters forward because one of them wouldn't be out of range. So first shot coming in, the Huntsman actually hits on 3s instead. Yep,
that's the prime, the leader.
Yep.
So he's got the pink dice.
And you're shooting at the Thunder Tusk.
Of course I am. Not doing them the 6 mortal wounds.
No. So
3s on the pink dice and 4s on the Sylvaneth dice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3s for everything. 1.
-1.
Yes.
So 5+. And I fail it.
D3 damage. You have a...
Oh, what? So that's 3 wounds instantly off the Huskard.
Boys.
So he's down to 9 already. Next up though, we've got the 2 Tree Lord Ancient. Okay, so range 18 on the Tree Lord Ancients, not enough to be able to reach the front lines, landing only an inch short. But that does mean it is over to the Beastclaw Raiders' first turn. Let's see what they can do. First of all, what happens on the Everwinter table? I roll a 3, which is a 3-inch movement. I think I'll take that. Okay, so with a bellow, Crass Cold Shoulder has ordered everybody to move forward 3 inches. These guys though, due to model placement, I've moved them the full 12. Lucy's been kind enough to allow me to do that. I used Inspiring Presence on them. He bellowed loudly and said, "You will not run, you will charge, and we will take back this village, and we will cover it in ice and snow once more."
But the glitter will not let you.
Do you want to bet? So, these 2 butchers have both aimed from their pots. This guy would have done damage to enemy models. This guy, however, rolled a 4, so he's elected to give the Huskard +1 to hit. And then I'm going to use Mystic Shield on the Huskard as well. Casting value of 6. And of course I fail it every time. Every time. So, charge! So the last bit of my hero phase, I'm going to roll this on camera before I show you my movement. So first of all, he heals himself with the Pelt of Changar. For D3 wounds, he heals 1. And then he's going to heal himself on a 4+. For D3, for 3. So he's back up to full health.
Oh, darn it.
Yep. But I can't reach your Branch Witch. But it does mean that I've got some shooting, so movement that I've done. This Stonehorn has pushed forward. Interestingly enough, we didn't realise, but monsters and heroes don't need to roll to see if they roll a 1 when they run or charge. But still, I ain't pushing my Mornfangs through there, so I'm staying just over an inch away, so Roused by Magic doesn't hurt me, but close enough so that Lucy probably can't deploy the other Dryads. Hopefully. And then over this side, Crass Cold Shoulder himself is going to attempt. There's a lot of dryads there. And with the new FAQ, every single wound that you do counts as a full wound, Lucy. So I need to try and kill them and fast, which is why the Mournfangs, his very own cavalry bodyguard, will be charging around the side of the wood, avoiding the wood, and into the side of the dryads whilst he was hurtling in the front.
He's so big and strong and that, but he has to have bodyguards.
Of course he does. He wouldn't be a true ogre unless he had somebody to fetch his meat for him.
Ah, that's what they are.
That's what it is, yeah. So, this Stonehorn hasn't ran, so we do have a few things that we're going to try and do, and I'm going to shoot basically everything into Durthu, because why not? So first of all, on a 2+ Durthu suffers 6 mortal wounds. 6 mortal wounds on Durthu. So down here, 2 Stonehorn Riders look across at the Tree Lord Ancient marching towards the woods, and they level their chain trap and the harpoon launcher straight at him. So the chain trap hitting on 4s misses, and the harpoon launcher also misses. Fantastic shooting. These guys though, 1 ironlock pistol at Durthu. That's going in the bin.
Change your dice, that's
yes,
what I do.
That's definitely going in the bin. Let's move up to here and see what Crass is going to order. Okay, so down here we're going to have the Blood Vulture from Crass himself. The unit that I'm going to pick is of course your general. So, which unit do you pick? One of the dryads by any chance?
Yeah.
So on a 4, 5, 6, a dryad takes it, and on a 1, 2, 3, it's the Tree Lord. So 1 dryad is killed outright with a mortal wound from Crass's very own Blood Vulture.
Oh, these are very, very fiddly.
So next up loose, 2 ironlock pistols at the dryads because they're not going to be within range of these 2. 4s. 3s. That's 1. It's at -1.
+2.
You are. So you drop to a 4, re-rolling 1s. What you make? That is a 4. That's really hard to see on this green mat actually. I love these dice. They're made of wood as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're very light. Like, yeah. So that of course is a fine dryad. And
Is that what you're shooting?
that is all of my shooting, Lucy.
It's strange how little shooting when me and you's facing against each other.
You actually don't have that much shooting in this army either, do you?
Nah. I've
No.
got a couple more that I didn't go off in the first round because they weren't within range, but that was still only 3.
Still, you've 4 units altogether that can shoot, but you've got a lot of spells.
I do.
Do you know what else has a lot of spells, Lucy?
If you say that horrible word, I will.
Yeah, you could almost take them on with this army, I reckon.
That's funny enough. That's what I was thinking the other day.
Should we get Philip?
Yeah.
The glitter-covered trees versus his horrible blue demons.
Yes.
Right, anyway, charges. Well, I keep forgetting it's not 40k, I don't have to declare where I'm charging. So, yes, of course, I'm going to go straight here. So,
My trees.
we'll put them back as we move off them, don't worry. Citadel Woods are absolutely lovely, but they're a nightmare to actually play on, aren't they?
I think also we've just started this game, but already Sylvaneth are some of the most awkwardest models to play with because he's seen.
Can I play with 120 bloodletters?
I know, but there's the bloodletters have got 2 horns each,
And then the sword?
and then the sword. But just 1 dryad. Look how many little bits and pieces she's got sticking out.
But she is very pretty.
She really is.
Right, so next charge will of course be that Stonehorn. So, wow, with an 11. So basically I'm going to go straight forward. I'll move this one, it's okay. I'm not going there. I'm going to go there.
Grantwich is dying to get to you.
Okay, and then we're going to have them at the back. 3d6 pick the 2 highest, so I'll get a 10-inch charge. So we'll pile them in and then work out all the damage from the charges. Okay, so d6 mortal wounds on the Tree Revenants. Full 6, Lucy.
Wow.
And then we've got d6 on the Dryads, 5 on the Dryads, and then for the Mournfangs on a 4+, each one is a mortal wound. So 2, so that's 7 Dryads killed. And I think Tree Revenants only have 1 wound.
Yep.
So 6 Tree Revenants, unfortunately. So Lucy has taken the casualties from that side, which means less of them are going to make it in when they pile into attack. Probably only 2 going to make it in now instead of 4. But Crass himself is going to attack first. Now he is a +1 because of the Butcher's Pot. But he's also -1 because all of the Dryads are within 3 inches, and that's because of blessings of the forest. But a few things I need to remember, because I'm actually running my battalion today.
Right.
Which means I'll roll a 6 to wound to mortal wound in addition.
Right.
Because I've charged, I'm re-rolling 1s to wound.
Okay.
And because of this battalion, the Huskard also adds 1 to his damage. So, 3s. Six attacks with my crushing horns, hitting on 4s. 4 hits, wounding on 3s.
There's 3 mortal wounds.
It's to wound.
Oh.
So no mortal wounds. Now that is -2, and each one is 3 damage. So you were on a 3-up save, dropped to a 5-up, because of Mystic Shield and more than 12 models.
And I'm not going to cover. No. Yes.
No, because you're not all in cover, but you're on a 5-up re-rolling 1s.
4.
4 of them, yeah. So you pass 1 and 3 go through, which kills 9, because it's 3 damage each. Then I get D6 attacks with my crushing hooves for 3, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. That's 1 mortal wound, and then I re-roll that one, which fails. So -1, so 4+,
no.
and it's D3 damage for 2. So Lucy's took the casualties from this side, so I'm not going to get the piling with the Mournfangs. Lucy's faced the Stonehorns before and she knows what they can do. So next up, the 4 remaining Tree Revenants are going to pile in and do some damage. Here, now interestingly enough, you could pile your Branch Wraith in. I'm guessing you probably don't want to, because...
No.
Okay.
No, so I'm going with Revenants, me 4 left, the Sonic, which is the leader, makes 4 attacks with the blade instead of 2.
Okay, so what are you hitting on?
4s and winning on 3s.
So how many misses? Now you can re-roll 1 failed dice per phase, but if you're wounding on 3s, it might be better off re-rolling a failed wound.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's kind of good.
3 failed wounds there, you can re-roll 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't work, unfortunately. So that's what, 4 saves?
At -1.
Yeah, it is just the
1 damage.
Enchanted Blade that is the 1 damage. Interesting enough, even if you had used the glaive, 2 damage would have been half the 1 because of Stonehorns. -1?
Yes.
So that's 3 damage I've taken because it's a single damage each. I take the full damage. So it drops that Stonehorn to only 9 wounds. Now, of course, Lucy, I am going to attack back because you pile in. I can't physically get any closer to that model, so I can't attack your Branch Wraith.
Thank the Lord.
Which means you can then pile in.
Ah, yes.
But if I go first next turn, I could kill her. So
I'll think about that while you're butchering the rest of my Tree Revenants.
Yeah, I want to like the Tree Revenants, but I think they're better held back until they need to jump on an objective. So, next up though, we have the Stonehorn Beast Riders. I've got 6 attacks, 4s. I'll take that. 4s again. 4s. Rerolling 1s and 6s are mortal wounds, so that's just 5 wounds.
Any rend?
No rend, but you are in cover.
So I'm a 4.
Which kills 2 of them.
Yep.
Next up though, we have 6 attacks from the horns. These are hitting on 4s. And they are wounding on 3s. That's 1 mortal wound, reroll 1s. So that's 3 wounds, -2 for 3 damage each, so you've got to pass all of them. Which kills the unit, unfortunately. So, they are out of there. It does mean though that Lucy now gets to swing back with 10 Dryads over here.
Yep.
Now one of them is your Nymph, so she gets 3 attacks instead of 2 each.
Does. handful of dice.
Interestingly enough as well, you're at +1 to hit
I am.
because you're within range of the forest, is it?
Yep. It is the entrapping song. In your own combat phase, you can entrap one enemy unit that is within 3 inches of this unit. You can add 1 to the hit rolls made for the dryads against the entrapped unit in the combat phase.
So you're hitting on 3s. Not a bad roll. A couple of 1s. And then you wounded me on 4s. Now because this is 1 damage apiece, you are doing the full 1 damage against me.
I wish these had went first for the full unit. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8?
No rend though.
No rend is good because my mammoth plate allows me to re-roll. So I'm on a 4+ re-rolling. So I'll take 1 wound.
Wow.
But if there is rend, I don't get the re-roll, you see. So 1 wound taken on Crass himself. So Crass is down to 11 wounds. How badly do you want to take him out? Should we see what your Branch Wraith can do? So the Branch Wraith, being within 3, Lucy, is going to go against the Stonehorn. She's got 3 attacks, 4s and 4s. 2 hits. 2 wounds, -1 as well.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, 5+. She does 2 damage because it's 1 damage apiece. So 7 wounds.
Left or took? 7 wounds left or took?
7 wounds left, so 5 taken. Oh, yeah. I didn't expect it to do a bit more. So, battle shocks. You lost 20. Your bravery 6, which means you lose 14 plus d6. And you've only got 10.
No, just move over. Move over, they're fine. Why didn't I inspire presence them?
You didn't roll any 1s here, did you, for your saves?
No, I didn't.
I don't think you did, because I was watching for them. And with that, Crass, Cold Shoulder himself, has left his mark. He has trampled down half of the trees as he's advanced forward to take back this village and smash the wood meat into the ground. Okay, so battle round 2. Lucy, where does the first comet land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over this side. These guys, it's going to land right in the middle of these. Okay, so at the start of battle round 2, Crass is wounded, only ever so slightly, but a Tree Lord Ancient and Branch, which are in his sights, in the middle of the village, and he's looking to charge forward into them. But nevertheless, the Sylvaneth forces are wanting to get rid of all of this horrible destruction in the cold, hard frost of winter. So to start with, Lucy has used the command ability to allow her to reroll saves of a 1.
I won the roll off, by the way, for turn 2.
Yep. So you already know 3 or 4 spells that you want to do straight off.
Yes, the first is the Vortex.
So it's 6 because of your +1. 5, so you don't get it. Regrowth. Now you're at +2 because this is now a Deep Root spell. And you get it, so he heals D6 wounds. For full 6, he's back on full health.
Nice one. I wasn't expecting that.
Shame about not getting the Vortex off though. Okay, so first spell we're going Unleash Spites with this Branch Witch. Casting value of 5, Lucy. So she gets it on a 7. Now what she does is she rolls 7 dice for the Mournfangs and 7 dice for the Stonehorn, and on the roll of a 6 for each one, they suffer a mortal wound.
Yep.
So who's this one on first?
The Mournfangs.
Yep. So they take 1 mortal wound, and on Crass, 1 each as well. Still, that's not bad. So Crass is down to 10 wounds, and then one of these guys drops to 5. But the other spell that you were going to do is called... I can't remember. The Dwellers Below, yeah. So what this spell does is when she gets it off, she rolls a dice equal to the number of models in the unit, and on the roll of a 6, they suffer a mortal wound.
Yep. And this has a casting value of 7.
Okay.
No.
You don't get, unfortunately. So
That's her done.
let's see what she's going to do next. Okay, so the Tree Lord Ancient is going for Arcane Bolt in Crass's Stonehorn itself. Casting value of 5. She gets it off.
3.
It's 3, but because the damage is 3 mortal wounds, I half that to 2.
Yep.
So he drops to 8. And then you're going to awaken the woods, aren't you?
This has a casting value of 6.
Which she gets on a 10. And what this does is every enemy unit within 3 inches.
And you're going to try and dispel?
Thank you. I totally forgot about that. I don't want... This one I'm going to stop because it's D3 on all 3 units. So of course I will try and dispel from the Butcher. I don't because you rolled a 10.
I did.
So that's D3 on these, D3 on him, and is it just a straight D3? Okay, so these Mournfangs that have already took 1, take 3, so that's 1 of them on 2 wounds. The Huskard, Crass, 1, so it's just 1, drops him to 7. And them guys at the back for 1, so 1 damage on them. Not bad, not bad. So next up we're going to have Mystic Shield from this Tree Lord onto that one. Casting value of 6, and Lucy gets it on a 10 again, rolls very well. And then Tree Song.
It has a casting of 7.
Which you get, which means it instantly rouses by magic. So is it on a 5+ to take D3 mortal wounds?
Yes.
Okay, so Tree Song actually automatically sets it off, so it's just a flat D3 wounds to the Stonehorn. For 2, which halves to 1. So he's on 4 remaining.
But how is letting us go back? Because roused by magic is affected by any spell within 6 inches.
Which means his Mystic Shield.
So on a 5+, I do have to roll for it. No, but over there, 2 from the Tree Lord.
Yeah.
So 1 goes off.
And then you only successfully cast 1 from her.
Alright. So that's
2
D3 mortal wounds for enemies within
1 inch.
So
2 D3 on him. So that would half to 2, that would half to 1. So that's 3 damage, leaves him on 2. Oh my god.
And the Mournfang.
Yep.
For 2.
2 wounds, which kills that one. And it went off twice, so you'd have to roll another D3. So another 2 wounds, which kills 1 and drops 1 to 4. That's really powerful, actually. Wow.
Right.
And then your 2d6 movement for them.
Yes, because yeah.
So 5 inches, you can move them any way you want. So the movement phase, the Tree Lord Ancient has commanded the tree men forward. This Tree Lord Ancient is going to go after Crass himself on 2 wounds. He might get lucky and shoot him down, and then potentially charge into the Mournfangs. This guy though, he's got +1 armor save because of open armor. He ignores -1 rend, which is very handy against the Mournfangs, because then Gargan Hackers -1, 3 damage. You ignore the -1.
Yeah.
And then you re-roll them once because you cantrip.
And you cannot retreat from him.
No. Which is, and then I'm at -2 to hit you if you get it off, which means I'm hitting you on 6s. So yeah, God, imagine that against Bloodletters. Him alone could probably take them. So, Durthu though has also pushed through the trees.
Yes, I've just moved that one out of the way.
Yeah. Again, lovely models. Nightmare to play with though. Lucy reckons she can probably take both their Stonehorns down with shooting, and then have Durthu hopefully take him out. But it does depend on how well you do against taking him out. So do you want to do the Hunters first to see if you take him out? Because then you've also got shots from him, whereas I think if he's dead, you would definitely chuck Durthu against him.
First, actually, Durthu is going to...
So the Kernoth Hunters take aim as the Stonehorn comes crashing through the trees.
3's on the pink dice, 4's on the other. Well, my dice rolls are all over.
So 1 miss.
Sorry.
4s?
Yeah, not 3's.
3's to wound. So 3 and -1.
-1.
5 up.
Oh.
1 is saved. 2 goes through. You could
Got
still.
D3 damage.
It is. You could still. It's only 2.
Nope.
Saved 1. So that's halves to 1. It does 2 damage altogether. So not quite enough. So the general takes aim at the Stonehorns here.
Doom Tendril Staff.
Yep.
1 attack, hitting on 2's.
Wounding on 3's.
Yep. Oh.
Any wounds, it's -1 of 5+. No!
D6 damage.
You need at least a 4.
Ah.
That halves to 1. So you need at least a 3. So that's going to stay alive on 1 wound. Not what she wanted, but this one's going to do the same.
Yep, for that Stonehorn it is.
Straight across himself.
No.
So it misses. I'll take that gladly.
Right now.
So Durthu levels his Verdant Blast. 6 attacks going at Thunder Tusk, and Lucy is going to take D3 damage to have an extra 2 attacks at the Stonehorn.
I'll take
2 wounds.
2 wounds, but now I get 8 attacks.
Yep. So 6 at the Thunder Tusk.
Yep. Hidden on 4's.
That's good.
Wounding on 3's.
That's very good.
-1.
5+ save. Every single one goes through.
D3 damage.
Wow. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds. Wow. He's on 3. And then you've got 2 at the Stonehorn.
Yeah, hang on, he's only got 3 left.
Yeah.
I thought you healed him.
I did. You've just done 9 damage.
Oh, I thought you meant before the damage, right?
No.
So, this one.
Is that a wound?
Yep, it's -1.
5+. Saves it.
Alright then. So that is all my shooting.
Indeed it is.
Just to say, I've not brought the Dryads on yet, the other unit. I'm going to leave them for another turn.
To see where the objectives fall and hopefully try and clear out as much of the Beastclaws as possible.
So, charges. Yikes, that was a miss. Right, this Tree Lord is going to charge for 6, just basically straight ahead. Actually,
You can move the tree and put him there.
yeah, because I don't want either pack of Moonfangs to be with him.
Yeah, they can only pile in 3 inches, so
Oh,
they're
I
not
thought
gonna...
they had 6, I'm thinking 8.
No, yeah, he's well remembered though.
Yeah. This Tree Lord,
Yeah. Oh, it gets an 11.
he's straight into them.
Do you want to go here so you're within 3
Yep.
of the forest?
Right.
I've just remembered, and I'll pre-warn you here as well, right? If he attacks, they can attack him, but you know how tanky he is.
So next,
Durthu?
Durthu. Oh.
You get an extra D3 attacks if you're within 3 of the...
Let's see what I get first.
So 6, yeah.
Yeah.
So Lucy will go there.
And that is my charges, I believe.
Right, but who do you want to go with first?
Everyone. I kind of have to go with a Branch Wraith, otherwise it's just going to be wiped out. But then...
But it is only the Branch Wraith. Can you afford to lose the Branch Wraith in exchange, for example, if they hurt Durthu, it is going to hurt. He is severely wounded. You could make it a further -1 to hit him. So Stonehorns are not great when they're wounded, and I have to roll pretty hot to do damage, so it is...
Right, I'm going to start with Derthu.
You're going to start with Derthu? Okie doke, let's see what he's made of. So Derthu comes crashing through the trees as the Mournfangs look up and see the hulking monstrosity bringing his sword, clashing down on them. He's got how many attacks, Luce?
Got 3 base, but because he's within 3 inches of a wild wood, he gets D3 extra attacks with his sword.
Nice. For an extra 3.
Nice.
Oh, 6 attacks.
Yep, hitting on 3s.
Yep. 1 miss. Wounding.
On 3s.
2 go through.
-2.
6 up.
And that is 6 damage each.
Guess what? In fact, take the... I'll take the Skalg.
Now his Impaling Talon
Yep.
gets 1 attack.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Yep, wounding on
2s.
Yep, that is -2.
6 up, which I fail. It does 1 damage, but it does something else, doesn't it?
Yep, if he inflicts a wound on the enemy, roll a dice. If the result exceeds the number of wounds the enemy has received, it is slain. So he's got...
Exceeds the number of wounds it's received.
Has remaining.
Right, so you have to roll a 6 to kill the model outright here.
Right, come on, lucky 6s. Where's the Hellstorm dice?
Oh, so close. So close. Right.
I think that's it with him.
I would be absolutely silly if I did not go back with a Huskard here. Okay, so next up we've got Crass himself. He is going to smash this Tree Lord in the face. He has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. No, I'm hitting on 2s because I'm at +1. Lucy did roll a Tree Stamp, and the only guy that got it off was this one, so he's at -2 to hit him. So anyway, Tree Lord Edge hitting on 2s. So I miss with 1. I'm wounding on 4s. And I don't wound, and I don't get a reroll because I didn't charge this turn. So Stonehorns Horns, I've taken 10 wounds. I only get 2 attacks. I'm hitting on 3s. That's definitely cocked. So 1 wounding on 3s. That is not a wound, Lucy. And I've got D6 attacks from Crushing Hooves for 5. I'm hitting on 2s. And now I'm wounding only on 4s because of how wounded I am. There's a mortal wound, and then -1 for D3. So Lucy has a 3 up armor. So I forgot this guy has the Orcan armor, which means technically he's on a 1+ save.
Yeah.
1 always fails, so you still got to roll. But it is a -1, so you are on a 2 up. Rerolling 1s because of his command ability.
Yeah. How many?
1. Reroll the 1. Fine. So just 1 wound from that mortal wound.
Yep.
Guess what? Guess what I'm then going to do immediately after that, Lucy.
Say there you go, Lucy. I'm not going to be mean.
No, I'm going to be a meanie, right? And I'm going to have these guys pile in now and attack this guy. So I'm hitting you on 6s now because I'm at -2 to hit you. And that's because of the Briar Sheath, and you managed to stomp, didn't you?
I did.
So I get 2 hits with the Gargan Hackers. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. It's -1 rend, which you don't care about.
No. So he's at
3 plus rerolling 1s. Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I've then got the tusks and hoofs. This is 1 lot. They normally hit on... I think I hit on 3s because my battalion now. I'll have to double check. So no, it's not this battalion, it's the Allway Alfriston that would give me it. A wound on 3s. I didn't charge, so that's 2 wounds at -1 Lucy, which you ignore.
I do.
2 wounds, 3 up rerolling 1s. So that's 1 wound goes through. However, that was only half of the attacks. 6s to hit, only 1. And 1 more wound, -1. Which you pass. So has he took 1 wound?
1 wound. Yeah, him buffed is scary.
And a Stonehorn and 4 Mournfangs to them 2 has done 2 wounds.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have.
Just use the D10 and put it on a 1 for 11.
Oh.
They've got 12 wounds, haven't they?
Oh, I don't like counting upwards.
I know.
Right, so I will come back. I'll be crazy to not come back with the Ranch Wraith. Yes, and she's 3 attacks.
Yep. 4s and 4s.
Yeah.
So can she slay this mighty beast? 4s.
2.
2 5-ups. Oh no!
Thank the
So that Stonehorn is
God,
slain.
himself.
Wow.
Thank the Ever Queen. Actually, I'm Sylvaneth today.
I should have you know what? It would have made sense to go with him, but I needed to damage them too. And being as bad as that was,
That
did. So that means, of course, I'm going to go back against Durthu. So I'm hitting on 4s with the Gargant Hackers. They all hit.
Ooh.
I wound you on 3s, Lucy. 3 mortal wounds. And then 4 at -1. And it's 3 damage each. One goes through, so that's 3. Plus the 3 mortal wounds is 6. He took 2.
So he's on 4.
He's on 4 remaining. But I've still got the hooves to go. I don't think I can do
He
it.
took two of them thingies down, so I'm happy if he gets.
Yeah.
I'm not,
And the damage he did
Ow.
to him.
Feeling optimistic.
1 at -1. Which you save.
Like a tree, Durthu.
Wow.
Right, I'm going to come back with my last 2 units. So we'll go with.
Should we go with the normal tree lord ancient first?
Yeah.
Well, they're both going to be the same because obviously the artifacts and stuff you've got are to buff you defensively as opposed to offensively.
Yeah.
So let's do this one against Crass himself first.
Yes. So 3 attacks because I've lost 1 wound. So hitting on 3s, 3s and 3s.
Yep.
That's 2 at -1 for D6 damage.
-1, so I have to take it. 5 up. Oh, I pass them both!
No!
Impaling Talon.
Yep, 1 attack.
3s.
Hits, and I've lost, so
2s.
yeah. That's 1 at -2.
6 up.
Haha.
1 damage then.
Yep.
So you have to roll higher than the wounds remaining.
How many's he got?
1. Kills
Hey
him.
boy.
So yeah, if you'd rolled a 1, I would have lived. So Crass, Cold Shoulder, has been slain by not even your general.
No.
And the Sylvaneth are marching forward, taking this land back, and I'm smashing Stonehorns all over the place. Brutal stuff, Lucy. Brutal stuff.
So the next tree lord, I did. That was his talents. So it's exactly the same, pretty much.
3s and 3s. So 1, -1.
Yep.
Fail it.
D6 damage.
For 5, kills that one outright. And then the Impaling Talon.
Hits.
Wounds,
Wounds,
-2.
yes, sorry, yes.
Fail it, drops into 5. So if you roll a 6 now, you just basically slay the next model.
Oh.
Okay.
So that should be the 6 because it's S for Sylvaneth and S for 6.
OCD at its finest.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that is the end of turn.
No, not quite.
No?
I want battle shocks.
Oh, and I thought you couldn't feel.
No, I can. They're inspiring presence. On the roll of a 6, one more of them runs.
Oh.
And it'll be a 5 for them because I've lost 2.
Oh.
On a 4, so they're fine. So over to my turn. Oh, there's not a lot left here. The Huskard by himself is on 3 wounds. I get the Everwinter table. A 2, which means I can reroll saves of a 1. Not bad. Not bad. We need to think about this now. A lot. So getting very lucky with a Pelt of Charngar healing me 2 wounds and then using my own healing ability thanks to being a Frostlord. A Huskard on Thunder Tusk and healing a further 3 wounds. Put me on 8, which means I do D6 mortal wounds on a 2+. Guess where they're going? Both Butchers have 8 from their pots and they're both given +1 to hit against an Ogre unit. So I've gone against this unit of 3 Mournfangs and this unit of 2 to hopefully take out Durthu as well. Which won't be too shabby if I can pull this off. If I can pull it off, that is the question. That's the thing. So, first of all though, right? How close is your Branch Witch? She can't dispel because you get +1 for the Ranu's Lamentary. So, Arcane Bolt. I get 6. So it goes off because you only roll a 3. So D3 mortal wounds on the Warlord. For 2 mortal wounds drops him to 9 wounds. Not bad, not bad. Next up though, I'm going to use the Maw.
Right.
Casting value 7, D3 mortal wounds. On 4+, you suffer another D3.
Okay.
No, 4+, you suffer another D3.
Okay.
Don't get it.
Oh, do you know?
Nope, it's 7.
Try and stop it again.
So, movement. I feel like I have to try and take this guy out and fast. So, Butcher is going to move to there. Now, the issue I've got here, right, is I don't really want to charge through the woods, Lucy. And I feel...
Go on.
No. I think I'm probably going to stay where I am.
Oh.
Because it's going to guarantee me the objective. So, I'm just going to... but then I do need to do the damage though, that's the problem. You know what?
We haven't actually rolled to bring your objective down.
This is still round 2, so it's just that.
Right.
Okay, so movement. The Thunder Tuskers came down from its perch and these guys have moved around far enough so that when I charge, I can actually pile around this side of the forest and avoid it. This Butcher, of course, is going in, but we've got a couple of shooting things to do. So first of all, on a 2+, he suffers D6 mortal wounds. That again will be really nice. 5 mortal wounds, drops him to 4 remaining. I might do it. Next up though, Ironlock Pistol against him. And I'm gonna have to double check the Butcher because I don't know if I think it's only combat phase that it works. So yeah, it is only in the combat phase unfortunately. So Ironlock Pistol at the wounded.
Reload.
Do I go for this one though? Because I'm ready to take him in combat, so I'm gonna shoot both Ironlock Pistols from the squads at him.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, I'm sorry, I don't have an Ironlock Pistol there anymore, so that shouldn't have happened. 1 hit. 1 wound. -1. But you pass. I don't even know why I bothered doing that because he's got a ridiculous save on him, hasn't he?
He is my general.
Actually, no, he's not. That one is.
Oh, sorry.
But he's on a 2 rerollable.
He certainly is.
Oh, that's horrible. I should have gone for the mortal wounds for him, but never mind. That's a shooting. So charges. Butcher. Well, that's a 3. That's a 43, I suppose. So yeah, he's in. So, these guys.
You can only get one in at most.
I can get two because I can pile around. I roll 3 dice and pick the 2 highest.
Oh, yes.
5! So, 1 will get round to there. 1, of course, steering clear. Only 2 going in. Durthu's horrible.
He's not. He's a pussycat. He's the pussycat.
I'm gonna have to go for Durthu. Gargan Hackers. So I get 2 hits. 3s. Only 1 wound, -1. Which she passes. No way the hooves can do this now. Not unless I get really, really lucky with my mortal wounds here. That's 1 mortal wound and 3 wounds at -1. He's on 1 wound? No, -1.
Yes, for them two both. I thought they were like 3 damage each.
No, the hooves are only 1. So he's alive on 1 wound. And I bet you end up regrowthing him if you go first next.
That is the hopes.
Right.
I'll come back with my general.
Okay, and is he going for the butcher or is he going to go for the Mournfangs?
Mournfangs have gone, haven't they?
No, it was these 2 against him that's gone. So I've still got to attack with these 2 units of Mournfangs.
Right. I don't know. Right, no. Yeah, I'll go with my general first.
Okay, are you hitting the Mournfangs or the butcher? So the general here is now going to stomp the ground. Nope, so the Mournfangs are going to hit him with full pelt when it comes back, but he's got 1 attack, 3s. And 3s.
No.
Fails to wound, then you've got your Impaling Talon.
No.
Which misses.
Pooh.
So of course I'm going to go back with these guys. The bodyguard. Sorry, start the combat phase 4 plus -1 to hit. No, so I get 2 hits with the Gargan Hackers, 3s to wound. So that's 2 wounds, Lucy.
Can you roll?
-1, which you ignore, and then you're on Mystic Shield.
I don't ignore it for him. Ignore it on.
Ah, right. So you
I'm at 2 rerolling ones.
still at 2 rerolling 1s. So 1 goes through, doing 3 damage. So he's lost 1, has he?
Yep.
So that drops him to 10. I've then got 8 attacks
No,
with,
3 damage, it drops into 9, he's only got 12.
and he's lost 1 already.
Yeah.
Right, so it drops him to 8. So the hooves next, hitting on 4s. Few misses, wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because I charged. So 2 at -1, so it's still a 2 up, which she passes, but because I charged in on a 4+, you take 1 mortal wound. So you take 1, so that was
He's
4.
on 7 now.
Yeah, not bad.
I will come back with him.
Okay, so he has 7 wounds remaining. I'll just try and get that dice out. So he's lost 5.
So he gets 2 attacks.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s
Nice.
and 3s.
2 wounds.
2 -1.
Both go through.
D6 damage.
D6. Holy hell.
So 6 altogether.
Well, one of them was on 4 wounds, so that'll kill him. And then that'll drop him to 4 wounds, because that was 6 wounds altogether. And then your tendrils. Talons. Impaling Talons, which you missed with. That would have been cool, because had you done that damage, you'd have only needed a 4+ to actually kill him outright. So, I'll go back with the butcher with the stumps. 2d6 attacks, I got 7 attacks altogether. And he's not that bad. So all these buffs and debuffs and everything, it's really confusing. I've remembered that I did give the Mournfangs +1 to hit, but I forgot it. But on the same respect, Lucy forgot to roll for the -1 for their new armies, and I've only used the butchers a couple of times. So anyway, the butcher, 4s and 3s.
It's a friendly game as well. We're allowing each other to go back and forth.
3s. So that is 3 wounds, no rend.
I ignore it anyway. So 2.
Reroll 1s, yeah. But the 2 doesn't pass because it's him that's got the +1 armor.
Oh, yes, sorry. So that goes through.
Sorry, he had the natural -1 to hit him, didn't he?
Yes.
So again, perfect example of totally forgetting it. But never mind, it did nothing. So,
I'll come back with Dirthu then.
I had hoped to at least kill one of these 3. Possibly 2. I think if I'd killed 2, I'd have been doing alright.
Yeah.
I'd have been doing alright. So Dirthu, now he's on 1. So here we go, this is 2,480 points of Beastclaw Raiders. So what have I got? Well, I've got an Earlbad with 3 units of Mournfangs as required. Each unit has a banner, apart from this one, a Hornblower, and of course a Skalk with an iron-lock pistol. And requirements for the Earlbad is also a Huskard on Stonehorn, which you see there with the Vulture, and of course a pair of Beastclaw Raiders on a Stonehorn. And we've also got a Huskard on Thundertusk, and we've got 2 Gutbuster Butchers as allies. So command traits, this guy is going to be my Warlord, my General, and he has the Everwinter's Master, so he can re-roll the Everwinter table. Both of them have Blood Vultures, as you see, up on the Balewind Vortex, which is just technically a pool of glowing water with a treehouse.
It's awesome. It's the best.
It is.
Oh, dice decided to go for a fly. It's that much excited and in awe of this wonderful vortex that it just...
Would have been a lot better if it was there for turn 1.
Definitely.
But she was out of range for regrowth on Dirthu.
But no, I'm not.
Not because its spells doubled. So...
And I'm a +2 casting because of the vortex and her...
No, you're a +3 because regrowth is a deep root spell.
It is, so I'm
so
a
you're
+2.
+3.
+2 for rules elementary, however you say it, and then a +1.
+1 for the Balewind as well.
So, regrowth is a 5 down to a 2. I can't feel it.
No, you can't.
Yep. So Dirthu heals D6. A
5 puts him back on 6 wounds.
Ooh.
It's going to be hard to kill him. And then Lucy suggested that the Branch of Wraith, because she doesn't really have much else to do.
He's going to Mystic Shield him and Arcane Bolt the Vulture Boy. So let's start with...
Actually, you don't have to Arcane Bolt. You could Tree Rouse to do D3 wounds on them. If you want Arcane... You can Arcane Bolt's more reliable. It's...
So, there's my Branch of Wraith, in case anyone's wondering. On the Storm... Thundertusk.
Thundertusk, yeah. So 5. I can't stop it, even though I'm in range. So D3 mortal wounds on the Thunder Tusk for 1. Drops it. It does knock him down the next peg though.
Good.
So now it's only D3 mortal wounds.
And I'm going to Mystic Shield. Darthu.
From the Branch Wraith.
Yep.
So, yep, that's a pass. What was that? That was an 8 that you got. I'm going to try and stop it with a Butcher. I don't stop it because I have to beat you. And then over... Over this side.
Right, this Branch Witch. Sorry.
Unleash Spite first.
Yes, and it has a custom value of 5. So
wow, she gets it on an 11.
Do you want to try?
I kind of have to. No. So, it means that every unit within is it 10 inches? 9 inches. You roll the number of dice equal to the casting value that you rolled, which, if anyone gets near her, plus 3 to that, well, yeah, plus 3 to that would be horrible, Lucy. Imagine if you rolled a 15. So anyway, roll 11 dice for them. For every 6 that you roll, they take a mortal wound.
Sorry, I'm sorting my dice out. Sorry.
So 11?
Yep. Come on, 6s. 2. Not bad.
2 mortal wounds on them, and then on the other unit... Oh!
3, 4.
He's on 5 wounds, so that guy's going to drop to 1.
I don't know if the Butcher will be in range, do you think?
What was the range again?
9. Nah.
No, it's just that one that was in range. And then you've got...
the Dwellings Below.
Dwellings Below.
Which is a 7+ to cast. No.
No, so it doesn't go off.
No. So, now move on to that Tree Lord, Ancient. So he's going to awaken the woods. The casting value of 6.
Oh,
no.
Thank God.
No. And he has got the Rendering.
The Reaping?
The Reaping, sorry, yes.
No, it's your Warlord that's got the Reaping, isn't it?
It is, sorry, yes, he has got Regrowth and Vandersong, but that's no good. So, he has got
the Reaping.
The Reaping.
So casting value 6. Get it on a 7. I will...
I've
already tried to stop 2.
You have.
Well done.
All units within 3 inches suffer D3 mortal wounds.
So the Mordfangs. So if it kills him and then drops that one to 5. And then the Butcher takes 3. I think he's got 6 wounds, so drops him to 3.
And I think that is all my spells. Yep.
And now you've got movement.
Yeah, I do.
So end of the movement phase, a horde of Dryads has been summoned.
Finally brought them in.
Yep, and they're going to hopefully make a long bomb charge and get to this objective, depending on how Darthu does. But you've got a good chance, Lewis. You've got a good chance. The Hunters are pushed forward, looking to take out the Huskard, hopefully.
Yep.
And these two guys, between their shooting and then attacks, are hopefully going to kill the Mordfangs.
I've dropped the Branch Witch down to sit on that objective. And we double checked, it's whoever's got the most models within 3 of that objective, and Harry's not within 3, so he didn't get that 1 point.
No, unfortunately not.
So, I think that's everything.
Shooting?
Yep, and we'll go straight with the Hunters.
Yep.
At the
Huskard.
Yep, and as normal, the Huntsman, the leader, is the pink dice hitting on 3s.
Not bad. 2 misses.
Yep, and everyone's wounded on 3s.
2.
Minus 1.
Pass 1, fail 1.
3 damage.
For 3, he drops into 4 wounds. He's been dead twice over now, hasn't he? I always seem to do reasonably well with my Huskards.
I know, so I think we're going to go with Darthu on him next.
Oh. I'm guessing you're not going to hurt yourself because of the regrowth and...
That's in the combat. That's only in the combat.
No, you hurt yourself to do an extra 2 shots. That's what you did before. So Darthu unleashes a rage at the Huskard. He wails loudly. And he's going to try and take him out with 4 shots from his Verdant Blast.
Yeah, hitting on 4s.
1 hit.
Hitting on 3s.
That's a wound.
Minus 1.
which I pass.
Oh, D3 damage as well.
No, I pass.
Let's just see if it
Oh,
would have been 3.
which still wouldn't have killed him.
Yeah.
Never mind. So we've now got 2 shots.
You know what I'm going to do? The general was 1.
He's not as good in combat, so I would probably shoot the Mournfangs. You're going to go for the Butcher?
I've got more chance of wiping him out.
You do? Let's go for it.
Nope.
A miss. And what about the other guy? He can shoot the Butcher as well,
yeah.
or there's a Mournfang on 2 wounds.
Yeah, I'll go for the Mournfang. Yay! Yes. Wounding on 3s.
Nothing.
Every time.
So Dryads.
Yep.
Charges needing a 9. No.
The Wraith branch go on.
Branch Wraith's going in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why couldn't the Dryads have gotten that?
Now she's not going to kill the Huskard.
She's going to tie him up. No.
To the Huskard?
No, she's going to go to the Mournfangs.
The Mournfangs. Okay. Yes. Right. So, who are you going first with, Lucy?
Oh, I think it's going to have to be my general.
Okay, so Lucy has stamped the ground with the Tree Lords and only these guys are unaffected. So, she's going for the Mournfangs, or are you going for the Butcher?
I'm more worried about the Mournfangs.
Okay.
So I'll try to get with me 1 attack.
Yep.
3s and 3s. Yep.
That's a wound.
-1.
Passed. And then your massive impaling talons.
Yep. Yes.
Hit.
3+. Oh, hit.
-2.
2, yeah.
I saved it!
Right, back to you.
I'm really worried about Derthu. I'm really worried about him. So, these are a +1 to hit because of my Butcher's ability in my last hero phase, but they're now -1 because of Derthu's stamps. So I'm straight up, so 4s. 3s. 1 at -1, but he's got Mystic Shield on.
I am summoned 3+.
Yep.
Fine.
And then I've got 8 attacks from the Tusks. I'm at +1 but -1, so the 3s miss. And then 3s to wound, so that's a mortal wound, and 2 wounds at -1.
So 3s. Fine, so that's just 1 mortal wound.
1 mortal wound drops into 5. Not great. I'm guessing you're going to go with this one next.
I am, yes.
Second in command is going next.
So because he's lost 5 wounds, he gets 2 attacks. 3s and 3s. Yep. 1 -1.
Make it.
Still.
Impaling talons.
D6 damage, just. Oh.
Would have been 4.
Right, so Impaling talons. 3s to hit. Yep. And 3s to wound. Yep. -2.
Oh!
That is a weighted dice.
Every time. So, who am I going back with? Doesn't really matter at this point. Let's go with these. So they're not at -1 to hit, but they are at +1 because of the Butcher from
-1 to hit because of his ability. Not abilities.
Yeah. So I'm now at -2 basically. So 2 hits, 2 wounds, -1.
I didn't know. Do you want to re-roll that one?
No, it's fine. And then 4 attacks each from the Mournfangs. So I'm at +1, -1. So 3s, 4s to hit, sorry. 3s to wound, but fishing for 6s. I'll reroll that one. So 3 wounds at -1, which you ignore.
I like that -1.
That's fine.
Do you want to reroll?
No, that's fine. That's 3 passes.
Yeah.
So then back to you with Derthu.
Yes.
Don't kill him.
Right, D3 extra for being with his sword, for being within a wood, for 3.
Yep, so that's 3 attacks and you've lost 7 wounds altogether.
Doesn't matter, I still get 3 attacks base.
Alright,
it's
yeah.
the damage that goes down, I'm
right.
only doing D6 I think, or D3. So, hitting and wounding on 3s.
2 misses, 3s to wound. 1 wound.
-2.
6 up. Oh!
That is unbelievable. Give us that one.
I don't even know which one it is. There was loads of them.
Yeah, right.
There was loads.
Right, his talons.
Yeah.
On 3s.
That's a hit.
Wounding on 3s. No.
It's not a wound.
Wow, this is a really bad combat phase.
I'm going to go back with one guy here. 1 hit. No, it was -1 to hit, wasn't it? So the 4 doesn't hit. And then I'm going to go with the tusks. So I'm hitting on 5s now. Because of -1, 3s. 1 at -1. So 3 plus.
No.
He takes a wound. So here we go. This is 2,480 points of Beastclaw Raiders. So what have I got? Well, I've got an Earlbad with 3 units of Mournfangs as required. Each unit has a banner, apart from this one, a Hornblower, and of course a Skalk with an Ironlock pistol. And requirements for the Earlbad is also a Huskard on Stonehorn, which you see there with the Vulture, and of course a pair of Beastclaw Raiders on a Stonehorn. And we've also got a Huskard on Thundertusk, and we've got 2 Gutbuster Butchers as allies. So command traits, this guy is going to be my Warlord and my General, and he has the Everwinter's Master, so you can re-roll the Everwinter table. Both of them have Blood Vultures as your value 7. Let's go for it on Durthu. I'll get it on a 7. Lucy needs an 8 to stop it with a Branch Witch. 7. So she doesn't stop at D3 on Durthu. For 2. Drops him to 3 wounds remaining. 4 plus. It's another D3. For 2 more. Drops him to 1. I am praying to the Ice God for another 4 plus. No!
For that. I was panicking there.
No! Whew. Right.
Movement.
Okay, so here we go. Shooting phase. First of all though, Lucy.
Yes.
Blood Vulture. I want to pick Durthu.
I'll pick the Colonel Hunters.
1, 2, 3, it's on Durthu. Kills him.
No. Good, but he done his
He
job.
did really well. Hats off
much
to
in the
him.
last round, but you know.
Now, I'm going to use my Frostweather dice on your General. 2 plus he suffers D3 mortal wounds. D3.
Oh.
No!
Oh.
It's still not over though. It's not over. Ironlock pistol. 4s. 3s. -1.
Don't care. Fine.
Iron Lock Pistol. 4s. 3s. -1.
Fine. -1, -1, I don't care.
I'm gonna go for him. Gargan Hackers. 5s because I'm at -1. 1 hit. 3s. That's 1 wound at -1 rend.
3 up.
2. So it's 3 damage for the Gargan Hacker. Drops into 3 wounds. It's a 3.
Oh man.
Hoofs. Hitting on 5s. 3s. -1. Which you pass because you're on a 2 because of the Organ Armour. Right, so back to you.
I'll have to go with
The General.
yeah. So sweep and blows, please.
Is he going for the Butcher?
No.
The Mournfangs?
Yeah, I'm more scared than more fun.
So he's on 1 wound, so he's got 1 sweep and blow attack.
Yeah.
3s?
3s and 3s. It's -1.
5 up.
Yes!
Rerolling 1s.
Oh. D6 damage, come on.
1.
Wow.
Is that just all D6 damage then?
Yep.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. So the talons.
Yeah.
3 and 4. Yep.
-2, 6. So 1 damage drops into 3.
So
On a 4+, you'll just kill him.
no.
Oh, it would have been really nice. You haven't gotten her off once, have you? No, you did when I had 1 wound.
I did, yes.
Right, so I'm going to go back with these 2 Mournfangs now. So the Gargan Hacker's on the Branch Wraith. 4s. I think she's going to die.
Yeah.
3s.
Oh, wait. You were -1 to hit her.
I don't know how many 4s were there, so I can't say.
How many then?
Okay, so only 3 hits because I'm at -1 to hit the Branch Wraith. Wounds. It's a mortal wound, and that's 2 at -1.
Top 6 up. Oh!
So that's 3 damage plus 1 mortal wound, so she's took 4 wounds.
She's got 1 wound left. Oh my word.
She's about to die though.
Oh!
So I'm only hitting on 5s with the hoofs because I normally hit on 4s.
I thought I was getting away with it there.
A wound on 3s. There's a mortal wound, and then 2 at -1, so she's dead.
Oh, bye bye. She did a good job.
Considering, like, you would absolutely never take her in a match play game, she wasn't bad. She was.
I basically brought her in for more spells because I'm a power
But
gamer.
figuratively, right, you'd have actually been better with another Branch Witch. Because
Yeah,
you
well,
can't
that's
use her named spell
Yeah.
because it's summoning, so.
Yeah. But I had this is my first army, so I wanted everything I've got
Yep.
out. So I will come back with my second in command. I need to name them.
Tree Lord Ancient.
Yeah, I know I need proper names. So he has lost lots.
He's lost 9 wounds.
So he gets 1 attack.
Yep. 3s and 3s.
Yep.
3. Oh,
yes.
-1.
Yeah.
Goes through.
D6. For
5, so it kills him and drops that 1 to 3. You still get the rest of your attacks though because you remove models after all attacks.
So me Impale and Talons, 3 and 4s. Yep. So that's
-2, 6 up. Fail it, so if you roll a 3+ now, you kill us because I've got 2 wounds left.
Come on, please.
No! Even if I was slightly wounded, that would have. That.
First time it's. No, second time, yeah.
That has just won you the game, basically.
Hopefully.
So, I get to go back. I went with it, so I'll go with these ones now. So, they're a natural -1 because you command trait, but they didn't get the additional -1, did they?
Yes, it was the butch that didn't get it.
Ah, right. So I'm hitting on 6s with the Garden Hackers. I will take that. 3s. That's 1 mortal wound
Oh.
and 2 at -1.
Oh.
But you would have passed. The mortal wound unfortunately kills him.
Yeah.
An eye for an eye, Lucy.
Yeah.
So.
That's your turn. I mean, end of turn 3.
Indeed. So.
I get 1 point. No, I got 1 point at the end of my turn for this.
Yep. And I'll get 1
for
that one.
Even Steven's going into turn 4.
It is. And there's not much left for either of us.
No.
So
let's get rolled off and see how we get on.
Okay, so Lucy's hero phase, she has no command abilities or anything left over. No. So straight into magic. This girl's going to cast Regrowth on him.
Yep.
And it automatically goes off.
Because I'm a +3, because it's a Deepwood spell.
Yep.
She's got the artifact Rune's Lament. So that's a +1 or to normal spells or to Deepwood, which Regrowth is. And then I'm a plus a further 1 for being on the Vortex. So can't fail, but there you go.
That would have been a 6. I could have attempted to stop it with a 10 had I been within range. So D6 wounds back on the Tree Lord. 2 puts him back to 7.
Yeah.
And then you said you were going to go Arcane Bolt at him.
I am definitely.
So again, it automatically goes off because I can't stop it.
D3 mortal wounds with 3.
3 drops into 4.
Does he only take 2? No, that's the
the Stone Horns, yeah. So, you've got a few things that you can still cast.
I really don't know which though.
You said you were going to use Awaken the Woods on this because both of these are within 3 inches of this set of woods. Casting value of what? 5, 6? 6 on the Awaken the Woods. And basically every enemy unit within 3 inches suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Go on then, so 6.
Gets it off. I can stop it. So I need an 8. And I don't get it. So D3 on the Thunder Tusk. Oh, what? And D3 on the Stonehorn, the
Mournfang for 1.
just the one which kills that one. Ouch.
Now she is going to Mystic Shield him. I keep forgetting about her.
Mystic Shield.
Yep, 6. Oh, sorry.
Gets it on a 6. I can't stop it because I try to stop the other.
Yep. So
he's on a
+1 extra. So he's back to the 1 up.
The 1 up.
We re-roll them once.
Can't re-roll once.
Oh no, yes, my general's gone.
Yep.
So
movement.
Yeah.
Movement time. Are you going for the tabling though? Because you're not far off.
I know.
Not far off at all. Let's see what she's going to do. Where is she going to push the hunters forward? The Dryads need to move. Let's see where they go. Okay, so end of the moving phase and Lucy's Dryads have pulled this way. They're going to try and swarm around the Butcher, and even if, well, they're probably going to kill him. Interesting enough, Lucy, I think you could probably kill the thing.
Mournfang.
The Mournfang as well, yeah. But you've got Colonel Hunters to shoot. Are they going to go for him? Are they going to go for the Butcher?
They're going to go for what they've went all game for.
The Thunder Tusk.
Oh, see.
He's only got 1 wound.
I might Spirit Axe then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2 at the Mournfang and 4 at the...
So which 2's got? Are you going to shoot the 2 from the Hunter?
Yes, the Prime...
The Huntsman?
The leader, the Huntsman, yeah.
At the Mournfang?
With the pink dice, yes.
And then the 4 at the Thunder Tusk?
Yes, so 4s and 3s. Nice. All hits on 3s. So that's 1 each.
So 1 on the Mournfang, 5 up. Makes it, and 1 on the Thunder Tusk.
Yes!
Oh no, he goes down!
Oh, finally! I never thought I'd get to see the end of him.
You must have killed him twice over easily.
Definitely.
And then we've got the Tree Lord Ancient's Zapper.
Stuff. 1 attack, I'm going to aim it at the Mournfang.
Yep, there's 9 wounds worth of damage there at the Mournfangs.
Yes, I'm going to get them. Oh, I don't know. Butcher. I don't know. Even.
The Butcher can dish out mortal wounds, but You've still got a 2-up save against everything that the Mournfangs dish out.
I'm gonna go against the Butcher.
The Butcher, cool.
Yeah. So hitting on 4s because of his damage. Going on 3s. Ah!
And the Butcher's only got a 5-up save as well, so how'd you getting that through?
Really?
Uh-huh. Right, charges.
Yes. So we will go for... I'm going to charge, we've measured it, I'm going to charge the Tree Lord because even if I get the 3-inch charge, your base is still within 2.5 inches of the objective, so I'll still get it. So, he's in.
So there you go, he's within 3 of the objective and of course 1/2 inch of him.
Yep.
All of them.
Dryads.
The Horde. 9 inches gets most of them round. Do you want to double charge though, Luce, and go after him as well?
How many wounds has he got?
6.
No.
You've got a lot of it, you've got 2 each.
Go on then.
Right, so let's measure up how far around she can get on both. Okay, so here we go. The Dryads have swarmed around the Mournfang and the Butcher. There's 12 of them around the Butcher and 9 of them around, 12 of them around the Mournfang and 9 around the Butcher. The Nymph is in there against the Mournfang as well, so Lucy, that's 25 attacks.
Yep, and I'm hitting a +1 to hit because of entrapment.
Because it's your combat phase.
Yeah. So I'm hitting on... Oh, look at all
3s.
the dice. 3s. Ah.
I'll put it for you. Not a bad roll.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 2. And then you're wounded on 4s.
Yeah.
You need to be an orc player for 40k.
Yeah, I need smaller dice as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Is that it?
Yeah.
10's one there.
Oh.
Well, 6 wounds. I'm on a 4+. Law of averages says I live on 1 wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 saves failed. But you've now got 18 attacks against the Butcher. So again,
+1, yeah.
hitting on 3s because it's your own assault phase.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a great, but he's only got a 5-up save.
Yeah. There's not as many wounds, is it? Is this the Mournfang?
Yeah, he's got 6.
No.
Oh, that's all. Reroll that one. You're wounded on 4s, aren't you?
Yeah. So 2.
2 wounds. And I passed both of them. So the Mournfang's dead, but not the Butcher.
To be fair, I was a lot more worried about the Butcher, the Mournfang.
Yeah.
And I now control that objective.
You do. You do. And I can't retreat because you've got me fully surrounded. So I'm going to go back with the Mournfangs over here.
Alright, yeah.
So I'll pile in that way.
Done.
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, so 4+.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
-1 to hit.
5s for the Garden Hackers. 2 hits. 3s. 1 at -1, so you're still on a 2-up.
Yep.
And then 8 from Tusks. I'm hitting on 5s. 1 wound at -1.
Fine.
She passes it.
And I'll come back with him.
Yep.
He has got 2 attacks now.
Yep.
3s and 3s. Oh no!
You got your tendrils though. You still could kill one with your tendrils.
Ooh.
3s and 3s again. -2, 6 up. Nope, so it does 1 wound. Now you have to roll a 3+ because that drops him to 2.
Yes!
Kills him.
That kind of leave both of them feel. Oh no!
Then, battle shock on him. How much do you want me to roll a 6?
Oh, a lot. A lot. Oh, double it.
Okay, so...
Wait, you haven't fought back with... Oh, you have.
Did?
You haven't fought back with your Butcher?
No. This Butcher, however, doesn't have the twin stumps. It just has 2 attacks. So 4s. No, I'm at -1.
You're not.
No, because that's only in the forest. 2 hits. 3's to wound. 1 wound.
Any round?
-1.
I am at a +1 because of me.
Because there's more than 12 of you.
So I'm at a 4 save.
No, you'd be at 5 up because it's -1.
Right, yes, sorry.
There was only 1 wound.
Oh.
You failed both. It's D3 damage. Yeah! So I presume you want the back.
Yeah.
Right, so you need a battle shock as well. Because you're only leadership 6, Lucy.
You only took 2. Oh, no, you
I
didn't.
took 3. So you lose 1 more. Because you lost 3, plus 4, 7. 1 more goes.
Right, moving on to yours. 4.
So,
I get 1, 2, 3 more points.
yeah, you do.
You're 1.
Okay, so, Butcher's Pot. That does nothing. That one, I need a 6 for that one. He heals, but there's nobody within range to heal.
Oh.
So, Arcane Bolt, no. I almost want to do the more, but it's harder to get off. Arcane Bolt. I don't even get it. And then he'll do the more on.
You're getting 1 spell off today.
Yeah, the more on the Dryads.
Oh yeah.
I get the more off on the Dryads, and there's nobody within range.
No, there's not.
So, 1 mortal wound. 4 plus. No. Wow. So, movement. Charge. Oh, shooting. 1 iron lock pistol. 4s. Missed. Charges. 4 inches makes it, but don't roll a 1. He's fine. So, Gargan Hacker at him. 4 plus for you, for your stamps, for the Mornfang. And then do the Butcher.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so the Mornfang 5s. 1 hit. 3s. -1.
Fine.
I don't like that one.
You didn't like either, to be fair.
No. 1 with -1 with a mortal wound. So he just takes 1 mortal wound, drops him to 6.
I'll come back with the Dryads.
So 18.
No. Yeah, yes. Actually, yes.
You don't have to, you could go against the Butcher.
No, because a battle shock, I'm scared.
Right.
Inspire, oh no.
You've only lost 1.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, in this turn you've only lost the 1.
Yeah.
So at maximum you could lose another 6. At maximum.
Yeah, I will go with the Tree Lord then.
Tree Lord, so 3s and 3s. Is this at the Mornfang, by the way, or the...
Yeah, the Butch... Well, what's gone?
The Butcher's got 2d6 attacks, but no rend.
Yeah, the Mornfang.
1.
1 -1.
Which will pass.
Yeah.
Killing Talon. Hits, and there was 4s.
No, yeah.
No. So I'll go back with the Butcher against the Dryads. -1 to hit your hunter.
Yes. No. Yes. No.
No, because you're not within the forest, so 1 hit.
Yes. No. Yes. No,
Doesn't wound.
Yes, no.
18 attacks with the Dryads.
Is it still only 18?
Yeah, because you can't get any more in base to base, because they've got an inch reach, and the bases are 32 mil.
19 because of the nymph.
The nymph's down here.
You're right, sorry, yes, I took it out. So, 3s. No, this is your combat, so 4s.
Yeah.
Good save, Lucy.
Still not bad.
No,
You did better than last time.
Quite happy, yes. 4s.
Yep.
So that is 2, 4, 5.
5 up. You do 4 wounds to him, he's on 2.
Ooh.
And then I'll go back down here with this Butcher, 2d6. Wow, we got 11 attacks.
Oh no. Ah. I'm worried.
6. 8, 10. I've only got 10 dice there. Can I have one of yours, please?
That isn't. Ah.
So I'm at -1 to hit, which means
Yeah.
I'm only hitting on 5s now. Yep.
My dice betrayed me.
Wounding on 3s. So 5, no rend.
2 up.
Yep. Wow.
Nice turn.
Uh-huh.
It's more off for turn 5.
I think Dungannon is reasonably well protected by the 2 branch witches, Lucy, the Kernoth hunters, and a tree lord.
And the dryads.
Yeah, the dryads marching forth into the distance, driving the Beastclaws back to the mountains. But let's see who goes first. I get a 5. Lucy gets a 2. I'm gonna go first. So that's a 3-inch move, which is useless to me right now.
Can you retreat?
No. So, Butcher's Pot. 2. So he heals himself. I think a unit within 14 gets 1 wound back. So he heals D3. Oh, he's back on full wounds. And then obviously the Mournfang is fine. This guy's going to eat from his pot. So he would heal himself for D3 for 1. So he's on 3 wounds remaining. Can he butcher off and batter them though? That is the question. Oh, you lost 1. So on the roll of a 6 you lose 1 more. No. Okay, so Arcane Bolt. 12. You can't stop it.
Oh no.
For 3, I'll take that.
Yeah, I thought you only had 3 left.
No, he had 6.
Oh, that's why I was like, oh.
And then he's going to use the Maw. He gets it on an 8. For 2. 4 plus. It goes again for another D3. For 1 more. 4 plus. Oh, it's going again. For 3 more. How long can we go for? 4 plus. It's going again! For 2 more. I presume you're leaving the nymph there. Wow. 4 plus. It stops. Wow. Hi, we're glad. How many is that? 2, 4, 6. Wow. Shit.
Language.
Okay. Movement. Shooting. He's gonna shoot him. He hits. And he fails to wound. So, combat. If I can just get 1 Gargan Hacker through, but then he's only on 3 wounds. If I go with him now, right, I reckon I might get lucky. So I'm going to go with him. 2 hits. 1 wound.
Nope.
D3. For 2 more. I'll take it. I don't think he's going to survive.
Yeah.
But I might get lucky.
Right. Stomp. No. that was the poisoner, you know.
The poison?
The poisoner. It's not
Butcher.
Yes, him.
Okay, the Mournfang?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I'll take this.
1 attack.
Who are you going for? We've both got 6 wounds.
Can't really. Oh, I'll go for the Mournfang.
Okay.
I'm more worried about him than
the Butcher.
Yeah. So 3s and 3s.
Impaling Talon. 4s.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's 3s because you've got 3 wounds remaining. You've lost 9.
Ah.
So.
Yep.
-2.
Yep. Oh.
Saved it.
How that unit? How many 5 and 6 pluses has that made?
A lot. So 2 Gargan Hackers hitting on 4s. 3s. No!
Oh.
Tusks. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s.
Oh.
Not a thing, and I didn't charge, so I can't reroll 1s. Alien attacks with your Dryads.
Oh, that was the poo around of combat. We've had some loads of poo around for shooting, haven't we?
Do you know what? Like, we've been so close to tabling each other. I think that one round when I could have taken out 2 tree lords and I didn't. So it's my combat phase, isn't it? So you hit on 4s. That's more than I want, Lucy. That's a lot more than I want.
Thank the Lord.
There's one more up there. 4s again.
Yeah.
Six. Law of average says I die. 5s.
Come on. Yeah.
5 wounds. He's dead.
Yes.
So he's dead. I'm not going to try and fish him out.
No.
And then I've got my butcher over here with 2d6 attacks. So I get 8 attacks. 4s and 3s.
Not bad.
Not bad. This guy doesn't get the Everwinter Blessings though because he's an ally. So 3 wounds, no rend. Passes them all because of the Orc armor.
Yep. So my turn.
Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Roll a dice. That's 16. So you lose another 10. So the butcher's dead. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You've got 5 dryads left.
Oh, do you know what?
What?
I was a +1 save at the beginning because I had more than 12.
Yes, but you rolled a 2 and a 3 for your saves.
I know, but some of the wounds I took.
You know, it was fine. You rolled 2s and 3s for your saves, yeah.
Right.
So you, even on a 4+,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have passed.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. That butcher did amazing.
So, Arcane Bolt automatically goes off on the butcher.
Doesn't automatically go off because you're only a +2 because it's not a deep root spell.
Ah, yes, so 3s.
So we should have measured that before. So it goes off. And who was that on?
The butcher.
Okay.
The 2.
2 mortal wounds drops him to 4.
And that is it from her, isn't it?
Waiting in the regrowth.
Yeah, regrowth, sorry, yes.
Automatically goes off. Can't
Yeah.
stop it.
So I'll do a d6 for 3.
3 puts him back up with 6.
Take that. Okay, and he's gonna Mystic Shield himself.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll try and stop. Well, it makes no difference because you.
Ah, it doesn't, no. Regrowth.
Oh, hang on. Your Rend -1 should have still been affecting you. Oh, but yeah, we did it right.
Yeah, because you haven't got Rend.
Well, he does, but you were making 3 ups, weren't you?
Ah,
I think.
sorry. Right, I'll
It's
go.
too hard to remember the different things for the tree lords.
Yeah.
Right.
Awaken on the Forest.
Yeah. 6. Wow. So each unit suffers D3. So him.
2.
2 wounds drops him to 4. The butcher. 2 drops him to 2 wounds. But what's the range on spite and
9.
what's the other one?
Ah, I think it's 10.
10 inches. So he's
will-
still going to be out anyway. I think even with 10 inches.
I like that, the dwellers below.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 inches.
Yeah, just out unfortunately. But you've now got shooting, Lucy. You've got the Colonel Hunters.
Yep. These are going to go at the butcher. I pinch 2 of your dice. Actually, no, I'm going to split attack. The huntsman leader is going at the.
Well, the butcher's got 4 wounds. The Mournfang's got 2.
No, is that not the other way around?
No, sorry. The butcher's got 2 wounds left. The Mournfang has 4.
So the leader's going at the butcher, and the other 2 are going at the Mournfang.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everything hits.
Yep. Everything went on 3.
So the 1 save on the butcher, -1, so 6 up. Fails it, D3. Oh, he's on 1 wound. And then 4. All go through, kills him. Because he's only got 4 wounds remaining. And then the Tree Lord, with his actual tendril staff.
So what's actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 attack. Come on. I want back up, so.
You've lost 6 wounds.
Hitting on a 4.
Yep.
Oh.
Nope. But now you get to attack in combat.
I do. 2 attacks. Come on, please hit this time.
1 hit.
Please wound this time. Yay!
1 wound, -1.
Yes.
6 up.
Oh.
And he's dead.
6. For
4. That absolutely tables him.
Yep.
Wow.
That. Whew.
What a game. I love Dryads,
Yeah.
but you've got to be careful with them.
Yes, and remember, to be fair, considering it's a total brand new army, I think I've used a Tree Lord. No, I've used Durthu, and I think me Hunters before. That's it. Or the Dryads.
Yeah.
So I think I've done pretty well.
Spells, if you get them in the right place. She was awesome with the area of effect spells.
Yeah.
When she got up here, she was good at dishing out damage and healing.
Mm-hmm.
I think your 2 Tree Lords were absolutely brilliant.
They were.
Remembering which way round they are,
Mm-hmm.
especially the one that you couldn't retreat from, while this one basically,
Yeah.
I think if you ran Durthu behind the one that you can't retreat from, because like,
You can take the wounds.
oh yeah, Durthu can tank the wounds for your general, but then in addition to that, Durthu can dish out the damage that your general can't quite.
Yeah.
So if you get your general tied up with a unit,
Yeah. Them 6 wounds from
from Durthu's sword when he's within 3 of her. And we didn't even get to use it in this game, but just jumping between the forests.
Yeah.
We didn't get to do it. I think Tree Song, moving the forests,
I got that once in the beginning.
you moved it that way, then you moved it back.
Yeah. But I think I'm quite proud of how I went my first ever game with them in such a big list.
There was so many +1s and -1. Like I was giving myself +1, you were giving yourself -1, -2, ignoring, and it was just.
Yeah.
I think we got most of it right. There is going to be bits that's going to be wrong, so we're sorry. I hope you like the board. What do you think of the purple and pink reindeer moss?
I love it, of course. It's purple and pink.
And of course your trees, your citadel
It's
woods,
so pretty.
and the purple background.
I absolutely love it all. I love it. It's one of my favourite games. I really enjoyed that game, and I'm surprised because I thought with New Army, such a big game, so many different spells. I had 10 possible spells to use at the beginning of this game. Yeah, I'm probably forgetting some, but I think I used the ones I did to the best that I could have.
Yeah, yeah, and the lovely little village
Oh yes.
of Dungannon, of course, supplied by GameMat.eu. So massive shout out to them for supplying that. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yes.
And of course the ruined building that was over this side where the pile of casualties is mounted up. Yeah, I like this.
I did.
It was a good game. So I hope you have enjoyed the game. I tried to remember to do a bit more narrative on it. My narrative knowledge of Age of Sigmar isn't great, so I'll try and improve on it.
What this means?
What?
I've actually beat your Beastclaws.
You've beat them before.
Before they were painted and when you didn't have a clue how to use them.
No, it was really close. I think that could have gone either way because, I mean, look at what you've got left. He should have died.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you had 2 branch witches, a unit of hunters, and 5 dryads. I think that one turn when I was in combat, had I killed 1 or 2 of the tree lords,
Yeah.
instead of not killing any of them, it could have gone massively the other way.
I liked how neither was.
It felt fair.
Yes, because we both had crappy turns and we both had good turns.
And it was I mean, I got the double turn on the last turn, but we got really lucky with just alternating.
Yeah.
Because when you're on the receiving end of a double turn, like if you had double spells against me,
Yeah.
that would have been
And especially when
horrendous.
you're getting into turns from 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 double turns, then
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Yeah,
Obviously, everyone will like when you get it, like when you get it yourself, but being on the receiving end, it's not fair. So maybe can't quite agree with them.
some people petitioning to get it removed. I think
Yeah.
it does have its merits, but we were thankful that it worked the way it did in this game. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed seeing the Sylvaneth. I tried to take some photos. You've probably seen the photos weeks ago now, but
Yeah, it's my fault. I haven't been very well.
but I enjoyed that. It was good fun.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Lists were both, I would say, still fairly competitive.
Yeah.
Fairly competitive. I think the only thing I would have done is I maybe would have dropped the points for the battalion and upgraded the Stonehorn Beast Riders to another Huskard or a Frostlord instead. And then obviously the few extra points, maybe getting myself some cats or some Yetis. I think some Yetis would have been really good, especially against the Dryads.
Yes.
The Yetis would have helped out a lot. So...
I like the fact that Durthu did so much, considering how bad he was for us in my first game with him. He definitely was the
It definitely worked. There was just enough trees. We didn't really utilise moving around between them as much.
No.
You still utilised obviously being within range because of Durthu and especially the Dryads in the first turn and things like that. So a lot to remember, but I think we did okay. I think we did alright.
Yeah. Right, well, thanks for watching.
And see you next time.